Excuse me real quick, I have a question. I was looking at Blitz goals already. You know what I can find. Next one. Excuse me real quick, I have a question. I was looking at Blitz goals. Next one. Excuse me. It's like an auctioneer.
We must first define the problem, because today, for elite tonality mastery, we have to talk about the importance of congruency. When you're speaking, you want to be congruent with what you're saying. That your facial expression is outside in. When you move your facial expressions, right? For example, let's look at the first chart. Open it on your phone.
So this one?
Yeah. So the first one, when you're autistic as fuck, right?
Yeah.
You can only see two expressions, okay? Number one is like joy or happy, right? So it's like excitement, and that's how it looks like. We have to talk about this degrees, right? So this is degree 1, right? 1 centimeter. It's like the Andrew Yang facial expression. 1 centimeter up, right? 2 centimeters means level 2. Level 3 is like Jim Carrey, right? He barely moves. There you go. You don't recognize emotions because it means emotional blindness.
Here's the truth. Daygamers are affected this year due to financial stress, or the winner and loser effect. Win more, get more testosterone. Lose more, you get more cortisol. People are literally sounding like zombies this year, turning women off. You would speak faster than an auctioneer, turning women off, making them nervous. You would sound monotoned for your tonality. You would sound depressed or angry. You would have autism pauses thinking what to say next, showing women you have bad genes. You would not sound congruent or whitewashed, but all your tonality would be opposite of what gets you laid. But that's not the end of the problem. Here's the real problem you're facing. People are root rotting away. Plants can rot if you overwater it, then it lacks oxygen and it starts to rot. But you are filled not with water, but with cortisol. It gives you a big double chin. When you are filled with cortisol, you lose your hair. And, worst of all, you lose your memory due to cortisol, unable to learn anything new. But luckily for you, there's now a solution. Introducing Elite Tonality Mastery. This is part of the Elite Bundle Resurrections. You can only get it if you get or upgrade to Elite Bundle Resurrections. I won't sell this as a standalone course. Learn how to fix your tonality so you don't sound like a zombie rotting away. Fix your fast speech so you sound relaxed and alpha who takes his time using behavioral game. How to fix your whitewashed tonality so you are congruent and won't create xenophobia from white women. How to fix your depressed or angry sounding tonality so you would build attraction, not distraction. How to fix your monotoned speech only engineers have so you won't turn her off with Asperger's syndrome. How to stop pausing non-stop in your speech thinking what to say, which is common when you have autism, where your left and right brain can't communicate with each other, showing you have bad genes. How to get the secret sauce of what my students learned that got me 56 laid in poll testimonials for Daygame last year. How to get a laser-focused comprehensive course and a 21-day challenge to fix your bad tonality. Hi, my name is John Elite, and by now, you're probably asking, who am I, and how can I make these claims? Here's why I can make these promises to you. I got 662 laid in poll testimonials for Daygame. I am the best Daygame coach in the world. I got 56 laid in poll testimonials in 2024 last year teaching this stuff. My students got laid, many fuck buddies, married, and even procreated with this exclusive secret sauce. Other dating coaches stuff aren't working during the inflation or the tariffs. But don't just take my word for it. Take a look at this. Take a look at some of my students' multiple lays. They all have elite tonality mastery training. I have the most laid testimonials in the world for Daygame, more than every Daygame coach in the world combined. I have over 60 unreleased video laid testimonials. I have 56 laid in poll testimonials for Daygame last year alone. I have 662 laid in poll testimonials. Documented the students' lay pictures on my website no other dating coaches has, which is proof. My system works for any race, any height, any age. Here's exactly what you get with Elite Tonality Mastery. You get videos that talks about the problems with tonality in 2025.
And people are very uncertain, so their tonality sounds really off. When they speak, they have a lot of issues. And in this module, we're gonna talk about all these issues. When you have one drop of cortisol stress, just a tiny little bit, the system will turn into a zombie and just mass approach. Excuse me real quick, I have a question. I was looking at Blitz goals already. You know what I can find. Next one. Excuse me real quick, I have a question. I was looking at Blitz goals. Next one. Excuse me. It's like an auctioneer, like a dragon that just roast one woman after another, then roast the next one, and then roast the next one.
You get videos that talks about how to correct your facial expressions that corrects your tonality.
We must first define the problem, because today, for elite tonality mastery, we have to talk about the importance of congruency. When you're speaking, you want to be congruent with what you're saying. That your facial expression is outside in. When you move your facial expressions, right? For example, let's look at the first chart. Open it on your phone.
So this one?
Yeah. So the first one, when you're autistic as fuck, right?
Yeah.
You can only see two expressions, okay? Number one is like joy or happy, right? So it's like excitement, right? That's how it looks like. We have to talk about this degrees, right? So this is degree 1, right? 1 centimeter. It's like the Andrew Yang facial expression. 1 centimeter up, right? 2 centimeters means level 2. Level 3 is like Jim Carrey, right? He barely moves. There you go. You don't recognize emotions because it means emotional blindness. A lot of Latinos are like, you see the ones in the mugshots, right? They have that expression, right? And the bigger the frown, the bigger the crime. It's like almost like they don't know what's on the outside of their face. That's why I taught you to start masking.
4 techniques to fix your vocal tonality.
So this is the vocal tonality superclass. So, what is the biggest mistakes that people make, especially Asians and other people in terms of tonality? I'm gonna secretly reveal to all of you how do I achieve such great tonality. You can even hear my voice. It's even more confident than before. It doesn't really make any sense. But what if I told you, by learning vocal training, one could master the voice. The voice is the bridge between your emotions and also the words you say, your body language. So let's identify what are the biggest issues. What are the straws here? They're gonna be part of the exercise. Now put this chopstick in your mouth, or straw. And what you're gonna do is you're gonna pronounce every single word. Use
A secret 4-layer cake concept that got me 56 laid in poll testimonials last year.
4 very crucial moves. So what are the 4 moves that are necessary? So the very first exercise we're going to do is going to be related to emotions and tonality, because we need to raise 2.5, 2.5, 2.5, 2.5. Social skills is worth 2.5 points. Social calibrations 2.5. Emotional control 2.5. And game worth 2.5. So the very first one we're going to cover is emotions. Everyone on WhatsApp is going to press the audio button and we're going to critique them in real time. So we're going to treat this like a cake. I'm going to teach you the 4 moves that got all the students polling or Insta dating. Isn't it crazy? They're like either going on an Insta date or they're just like polling in less than 2 weeks. So you're wondering, how is this possible, right? So the first thing we're going to do is treat it like a cake with 4 layers. 1, 2, 3, 4.
How to staple your facial expressions to be congruent. More videos coming soon.
Today we're going to talk about how to hold on to your facial expressions. And for some of you, this is going to be a crash course on facial expressions. So as you can see, there was 5 students here that got laid recently, back to back, including the 52-year-old student. But like everything else in life, we need a balance, like yin yang, the concept. If there's one side that you're using more body language, the other side, that little circle, you can use a little bit of facial expressions. So how do you control your facial expressions? So 5 late testimonials in a row. But if you have facial expressions, is good. So the very first thing is that we all have a default facial expressions.
Act now and get these bonuses. Bonus number 1, you get it for a special price if I run a 5-day challenge. Bonus number 2, you can upgrade if you already have Elite 30 or Elite Bundle 1. Just pay the difference. Even if Elite Bundle 2 has to pay $200, so I can make a small profit for a $500 course. Bonus number 3, the first 10 people who gets Elite Bundle Resurrections gets a free exclusive soundtrack day game album that keeps you motivated and thinking about day game all the time, so you approach more. Act now before it's too late. Get on board with Elite Tonality Mastery now. If you want to, stop being auto-rejected when you approach this year. Get laid in 2025 for day game. To learn how to fix your tonality, which wasn't taught in Elite 30, from hard case to hero. or Elite Playbook. Yes, if you are ready to stop being auto-rejected when you approach this year, get laid in 2025 for Day Game, and to learn how to fix your tonality which wasn't taught in Elite 30, from hard taste to hero, or Elite Playbook. P.S. Every minute you wait to get Elite Tonality Mastery is another minute you're giving other logical enlightened Daygamer to use this exclusive breakthrough technology in a digital video course that is 10 to 15 hours to quickly and easily stop being auto-rejected when you approach this year, so you can get laid.